Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Today, this is our first episode in the podcast series. Today, we're talking about the importance of how to start Ramadan and the importance of being on the right track. And me and my brother Muhammad, we're going to talk about little steps after our research. We came out with a few steps and would like to share them with you. And now I'll let you with Muhammad to explain and go further into the first step.
Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, brothers and sisters, we have upon us the best 30 days of the year. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mentioned in the Quran, أَنْتُمْ كُنْتُمْ خَيْرَ أُمَّةٍ أُخْرِجَتْ لِلنَّاسِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that because as well as He said we are the best ummah, He gave us the best times to use. So inshallah, the next 30 days in Ramadan are really, really important for us to use as much as we can. عن أبي هريرة قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من صام رمضان إيمانا واحتسابا غفر له ما تقدم من ذنبه. The Prophet said, if anyone fasts during Ramadan because of faith and in order to seek reward from Allah, his previous sins will be forgiven. That means that we need to be spiritually and mentally prepared for Ramadan. We can't just go straight and fast. Of course, some people do that, and mashallah, they're really good at it, but it's best to be prepared a little bit for it. To already have built up habits before Ramadan. So in Ramadan, when you do these habits or you add more to them, it's not going to be as much as hard. The Prophet said, "Man qama Ramadan imanan wa ihtisaban ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbihi." Whoever prayed at night of the whole month of Ramadan out of sincere faith and hoping for a reward from Allah, then all his previous sins will be forgiven. And brothers and sisters, we could not wish for more than this, our sins to be forgiven. And the first thing is, what we should take care of is our intentions, sincere intention. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَمَا أُمْرُوا إِلَّا لَيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ حُنَفَاءَ وَيُقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَيُؤْتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَذَلِكَ دِينُ الْقَيِّمَةِ. And they were not commanded except to worship Allah, sincere to Him in religion, inclining to the truth, to establish prayer and give zakah. That means that the only religion that is accepted from any Muslim in the world is the only one who's sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You can't just be like, I'm praying for the sake of, people seeing me, telling me I'm praying, or I'm fasting just for the sake of getting healthy. Yes, all of these things are good, but at the same time, you need to do everything in the name of Allah. You need to be sincere. And for order for you to do that, you need to train yourself in the next few days. Before you do the job, before you do the salah, before you do any good thing, you have to be intending to do it for Allah. And then in the middle of salah, in the middle of fasting, you have to renew the intentions and intending to do this for Allah. And inshallah, Allah will accept your salah and your sawm and your zakah, inshallah. قال ابن تيمية خلاص الدين لله هو الدين الذي لا يقبل الله سواه. Ibn Taymiyyah, we call him the Shaykh of Islam. He said, sincerity of religion to God is the religion that God does not accept other than it. And it is the one with which He sent the first and the last among the messengers, revealed all the books with it. So, brothers and sisters, we need always to renew our intentions. We need to train ourselves in order for us to get the full rewards of Ramadan. It's not really as hard as you think. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. Those who strive for us, we will guide them to our paths. That means you just need to start. I'm willing to start. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala looks at your work, looks at your job, but at the same time, He looks at your intentions. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that man has nothing but what he strives for. Yeah, Brother Wasim, here will be with you talking about the importance of the Quran.
I would like to build from your points, Muhammad. There's something in our religion called the words of Allah, the Quran, that's been revealed on Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It becomes the best of months in the whole year. Ramadan will be such a holy month for reading the Quran, fulfilling the prayers, remembering Allah, which is the Quran, not just words on a book. No, it's a message from Allah to us. It's a message from Allah to teach us and how to actually to be guided on earth. And Allah called it Al-Furqan. Furqan means a difference, to make the difference between the bad and the good. So I would like to tell you the hadith of sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Man qara'a harfan min kitabillah falahu bihi hasana. Whoever reads a letter from the Quran, he have one reward. وَالْحَسَنَةُ بِعَشْرِ أَمْثَالِهَا. And the reward, 10 times the reward. لا أقول ألف لام ميم حرف. I don't say ألف لام ميم is a letter. No. ولكن الألف حرف واللام حرف والميم حرف. I say ألف is a letter, lam is a letter, and mim is a letter. Which means infinity of rewards. And Allah double the rewards for whoever He wills. Whoever He see, He have sincere intention, like Brother Muhammad just say to you. And also Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, إن الله يرفع بهذا الكتاب أقواما ويضع به آخرين. Allah raises up people and ranks with this book, and he puts down people with the book. The same book, the Quran. There's people who used it to be high ranked, and people use it in the wrong way to be low ranked. You have to be careful in the way how you read Quran, in the way how to see Quran, because from this hadith, brothers and sisters, you see that the same book but two different people. So you have to read the Quran with sincere attention. You have to see the Quran from another perspective. It's a message from Allah. It's a guidance from Allah. ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه. That book, there's no deviation in it. And Allah says, الذين آمنوا وتطمئن قلوبهم بذكر الله ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب. This verse is really important, ladies and gentlemen. الذين آمنوا, those who have believed and whose hearts are assured by the remembrance of Allah. تطمئن قلوبهم بذكر الله. Indeed, بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب. Indeed, the remembrance of Allah, hearts are assured, hearts are calmed in this life, in this chaos we live in, especially our times. This verse has been revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam 1,400 years ago, but our times now is so much chaos and life is going fast. الذين آمنوا وتطمئن قلوبهم بذكر الله. ذكر الله is a lot of ذكر الله. Quran is ذكر الله. ذكر everything. ألا بذكر الله تطمئن القلوب. By the members of Allah, indeed hearts are assured. عن علي ibn Abi Talib قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم كتاب الله فيه نبأ ما كان قبلكم. The book of Allah have the news. نبأ means news. Whoever has passed before you. وخبر ما بعدكم وحكم ما بينكم. And the news which comes after you. وهو الفصل ليس بالهزل. من تركه من جبار قسمه الله. Whoever leaves it, Allah will just forget him. This is how we should actually treat the words of Allah, because the Prophet came with words وما ينطق عن الهوى إلا هو وحي يوحى. Prophet Muhammad will not say words from nothing. It's just a revelation from Allah. We're talking about Allah, the power, the Most High, the self-sufficient, the creator of the heavens and the earth. I want to conclude this, guys, with two verses from the Quran. First verse, it's Allahu نزل أحسن الحديث كتابا متشابها مثانية تقشعر منه جلود الذين يخشون ربهم ثم تلين جلودهم وقلوبهم إلى ذكر الله ذلك هدى الله يهدي به من يشاء ومن يضلل الله فما له من هاد. Allah has sent down the best statement, a consistent book. Their skins and their hearts relax at the members of Allah. This is the guidance of Allah, which He guides whom He wills. And one whom Allah sends astray, for him there is no guide. And Allah, whoever misguide him, there is no guide for him. He will be lost all the way. There's a verse I want to conclude in, which is ولولا أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون. If we had sent down this Quran upon a mountain, you would have seen it humbled and split from fear of Allah. And these examples we present to the people that perhaps they will give thought. If the Quran was dropped on a mountain, ladies and gentlemen, it's a mountain, there's a big power for human beings. We would have seen this mountain humbled and fearing Allah. Perhaps they would give thought. لعلهم يتفكرون. Perhaps they would see again and rethink what they have in their hands. It's the book of Allah. It's the Quran. And the next point, Muhammad will just take care of that.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ هَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. We have prevailed this Quran for dhikr. So, does anyone want to read the Quran and tadabbur the Quran needed with understanding the meanings of the Quran? That's what we need to do in the next 30 days, inshallah. It's said that Imam al-Shafi'i, he is one of the A'immat al-Sunnah, he's one of the greatest Imams of all time. He gave lessons before Ramadan, but when Ramadan came, he stopped giving lessons completely. And he finished the Quran 2 times a day, 60 times a month. And actually, it is doable. As Muslims, we can manage time. We can put effort in reading the Quran. At the same time, we can sleep and in the same time pray in the night. We just need to have a little bit of time management, and inshallah, we will get all the rewards. Our third point is at-tawbah. This is the most important topic of the whole podcast. At-tawbah is repenting to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The scholars say that in Ramadan, in the times that the good deeds are doubled, the bad deeds are doubled. For example, if you read Quran today, it's good. But if you read Quran in Ramadan, it's doubled. So, brothers and sisters, the most important thing for us to do now is to repent to Allah and stop sinning. You want to go to Ramadan fully pure. You want to have the khushu'ah. قُلْ يَا عِبَادِي الَّذِينَ أَسْرَفُوا عَلَى أَنفُسِهِمْ لَا تَقْنَطُوا مِنْ رَحْمَةِ اللَّهِ إِنَّ اللَّهَ يَغْفِرُ الذُّنُوبَ جَمِيعًا. Allah forgives all sins, whatever sins you have ever done in your life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will forgive them. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَغْفِرُ أَنْ يُشْرَكَ بِهِ وَيَغْفِرُ مَا دُونَ ذَلِكَ لِمَن يَشَاءُ. Allah does not forgive those who believes that there's someone else next to him, but he forgives every other sin except that. So, brothers and sisters, we should go back to Allah as much as we can. It's really, really important that we go to Ramadan without doing any sins, or at least we try. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran لسيدنا يوسف كذلك لنصرف عنه السوء والفحشاء إنه من عبادنا المخلصين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was talking about Sayyidina Yusuf when he went to prison, and then he was talking about how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not leave him until he became the king of the ministry of money. We might turn away from him all evil and all shameful deeds. He was one of our servants, sincere and purified. The most important thing is sincerity in doing work. And if you are sincere in anything you do, Allah will guide you. Allah will put you on the right path.
I want to add something to you, Muhammad. Fasting is shaping you to look as a real Muslim. So I want you guys to spend all the time remembering Allah. Also, working in life is also remembering Allah. Helping people is remembering Allah. All the things that you do for the sake of Allah is actually called the remembrance of Allah. Put sincere attention to everything you do in your life. Even if you drink water, this water would just hydrate me to move even closer to the way of Allah. If you eat iftar, this iftar would just help you get in shape to pray Allah more. So when you meet Allah, imagine you see all of your actions are sincere to Allah. It's great. You see all your actions are accepted. Allah is the most merciful in whatever you go through, from sadness or grief or depression or whatever, because nowadays it's just common to people to go through that. I want you to keep the faith. Allah tests those who love. So go through it, build that mindset, and this Ramadan will be your new chance to become a better Muslim in the eyes of Allah Azza wa Jal, to be more consistent in your prayers. And this is meant to be hard so we can get rewards.
Let's do a summary and I tell you guys what the points, the straight points, what we advising you guys to do. First of all, make your intention sincere to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in everything you do, like Wasim said, mashallah. Second thing is Quran. Stick to the Quran. It was said that the Salaf al-Salih, those who came after the Prophet, 6 months, they were waiting for Ramadan and asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give them Ramadan. And after Ramadan, for the next 6 months, they ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept Ramadan. You need to learn how to fast properly and how to pray properly, because we want to do it correctly, the right way, 100%. You want to get all the rewards. It will take you a little bit of time just to research and to know Ahkam al-Siyam, especially for women.
سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك استغفرك واتوب اليك لا اله الا انت